Hey, what's up everybody? It's your old pal jgun. It's been 3 days since my Moth first look video, and I've got more information to share now that I've spent a couple days actually using it. The Moth arrived with a beastly 248 SCU of total cargo space if you fill the side grids, internal lift, and hopper, but it also arrived with broken scrapers. I had 3 people on my Moth scraping in Asgard for 10 minutes, and we only produced 1 SCU of RMC, so I'm just going to call that broken. 30 minutes to scrape 1 SCU is not a gameplay loop I'm going to bother with. So does that mean the Moth is dead on arrival? Well, after 3 days of using it, I'm happy to report that no, the Moth is not DOA, and in fact, with the 3 scraper turrets taken out of the equation, the Moth's crew requirements boil down to just 1, you. With the pilot able to fracture and dissolve all from the pilot seat, you can gather 248 SCU of construction pieces very quickly. The only time you need to leave your seat now is to export the hopper, and with a larger hopper incoming, the number of times you need to leave your seat will be cut in half. After 3 days of using the Moth, I believe it is the best solo salvager in the game right now. So sit back, relax, and let's take a look at how it all works. I did all of this just using contracts from the contract manager. There are varying levels. I started off with a 300i, fractured it, and then dissolved all the pieces. And then moved on to a 400i. Same process, fracture and then disintegrate. Whenever your hopper is full, go ahead and head back and eject it and watch the boxes poop out. Unfortunately, once you reach ships the size of a Starlifter, you cannot fracture those on the Moth. The Moth is not powerful enough. Before the side grids completely fill up, make sure to move 32 SCU down to the rear cargo lift. This is easier said than done though, because the clearance between the bottom of the ship and the cargo lift is only 2 SCU high, so this can actually be quite difficult. You can see here I struggled with it for quite a while. And getting it off isn't much easier. You're going to want to pull it off through the front. At a certain point, the buffer could no longer eject on its own. It just got stuck in this preparing to eject state, but it never actually came out. So I thought, I better go down and clear the conveyor manually, which you shouldn't have to do, but maybe this is a bug. So I had to go play some box Tetris, and I went ahead and moved boxes from the full side over to the side that wasn't full yet. And then I went over and used the console on the side that had room, and that seemed to work. But it's frustrating that I had to do this and that it got stuck. So at this point, the regular cargo grids are full, the 2 side grids are full, and I've got 32 SCU of material on the back cargo lift. So the cherry on top, being extra greedy, is now also filling up my buffer. So I'm going to do a few more ships here at the end just to go ahead and fill up my buffer to 32, knowing that when I unload, I'll need to unload the ship completely from the back and the 2 sides, and then after it's empty again, click the eject button to eject 32 more SCU. So our workday is over now, and it's time to turn into base. And it took 1 300i, 1 400i, 5 Connies, 1 Freelancer, and 1 Vanguard. And not only did that get us the 192 SCU on the sides, and not only did it get us the 224, including the rear elevator, but because we filled the hopper, we'll get a total of 248 SCU of construction bits that we can refine. Unfortunately, the refining yields on these are terrible, anywhere from 17 to 20%. So our 248 construction bits will be refined into only 50 construction materials. But those construction materials are selling for 15 to 17,000 depending on the TDD you select. So I'll be able to sell these, for example, at Lorville for a total of 753,000 and 550 AUEC. So, I mean, for about 3 hours or so of munching and crunching, I don't know, I think it's pretty rewarding, and it's fun too. So sorry I couldn't give you more details on the scraping, but honestly, I'm kind of glad it's broken because I prefer to solo this ship. I hope you found this useful. Feel free to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the verse.